I'm supposed to be sleeping right now, but you can see I'm here, not sleeping. I want to renew some of my savers, um, and forward some details to my friend Charles Onweze, and then work basically throughout the night. I've been an advocate of smart work and not hard work. I was on this conversation online where I don't know if I'll call them activists or monetivists. I don't know what word I would use, but it's like people who share this thought that um there's lots of misconception about money. One of the biggest misconception about money is that you have to work hard, to make money, which realistically is not the truth. When people talk about work hard, why I said realistically it's not the truth is when people talk about work hard, they often make it look like you have to, in a way, inconvenience yourself, overstress yourself. Um, you have to basically put in some physical action. Uh, uh, Although those things are actually part of what gives you money. I mean, nobody really makes money if you don't inconvenience yourself. I mean, there's some days you wouldn't want to work and you just have to work. Um, Go out of your way to do things, convenience yourself, like I just said not so long. Maybe physically stress yourself. But these people with these thoughts would often tell you that who really goes out of their way stresses themselves physically more than people who work in a factory or in a construction site. So if you've ever been to a factory where things are being produced, you see factory workers, they work tirelessly. Most of them, they don't even have the time to rest or relax. Same thing with people who would pick up the bricks to build a house, which is the construction workers. So this simply means it's not just all about the stress, because why these factory workers are basically going out of their way with all the stress and all that, you would often see their supervisor standing there, doing nothing more but giving instructions. You would also see the owner of the factory. The owner of the factory doesn't even know jack about how everything works, or he doesn't really know what the workers go through. But he keeps making more money and he keeps, employing more people. So who really goes out of their way physically, stresses themselves, and gets uncomfortable often? It's the factory workers and not the owner of the factory. The misconception about money has been made to make the average people think like the people at the factory, which is the factory worker. That is why when you see a real world person, they're completely different from the normal human being you know of. Like their ways are weird, their thinking are weird. It's simply because they don't really share the factory mentality. Imagine you're working in a factory like a factory worker. Each time you meet a coworker, the coworker is trying to lift up something, take something to the machine. The coworker is basically trying to work, and the only thing you discuss with the coworker are things related to work, putting an effort. And that is what a normal factory worker looks like. And that because you talk to factory workers all the time, that is basically what each auto altercation is gonna be like. Now, when you finally meet a supervisor or maybe the owner of the factory, you now sense some form of maybe pride, arrogance. The supervisor would not want to be able to just talk to you about work because he doesn't really work much. He would want to show you the authority he possesses, which would somehow perceive as being arrogant and rude. He would want to show you some form of dominance that he owns the place or he has powers and connections. For instance, he can fire you if you're a factory worker and this is the owner. So basically, whenever a factory worker sees the owner of or the supervisor or somebody who is not like a normal factory worker, that factory worker, gets turned off. And this is simply why the real world people who are not factory workers are somehow very world to the normal people who are factory workers. So today I'm going to show you what I've learned so far. What I've learned about not being a factory worker. Now, in order to make money, like I said at the beginning, we're not undermining the fact that you have to put in some effort. I mean, the supervisor also have to go to the factory every day, whether he likes it or not. He has to go out of his way, inconvenience himself, physically take an action to stand there at the factory and supervise and make sure everybody does what they were paid to do. But however, the only way you get actually wealthy is to leverage a way where people will do the work for you and you in return manage them. The biggest currency on earth that I've figured out is one, loyalty and trust. Very rare. And what follows that is the ability to control or lead people. I look at myself every time and I basically tell myself one of the most painful truths. If I was able to lead people, if I was able to build a team of smart people, if I was able to have a network of smart and sound people, I would not be where I am today. I would have been better than I am. If I was able to work with people to be able to know, oh, this person is a bad egg here, take him out. This person is a good person. What is it called again? Increase his rank, promote him, let other people stay under him, let other people learn from him so they will also be loyal. Okay, this person is not doing well, slowing the team go. Or this other person will be good, will energize the team come. If I was able to build a team of very strong people, I would have been able to be that supervisor. A supervisor and the owner of a factory is only good, they only make money, they're only in power because the factory workers do their job, do it excellently, and they're able to deliver the end product. Imagine a supervisor is being surrounded by factory workers that can't do anything. Now, what do you think it's gonna happen? I guess you already know what is gonna happen. The factory will go bankrupt, and the supervisor will become hungry and head back into being a factory worker. So, in a nutshell, if you actually work for money, no matter how you consistently work for money, you would not really be financially independent and you would not really be awarded the title of a wealthy owner or supervisor, or you won't be able to have the title of the wealthy, if all you do is work. Well, the title of the wealthy comes in when you no longer do every single thing the people at the factory do. So, how do you become that? You read, you practice. You will never get it all good at the first time, but it's something you get as time goes on. When I see how powerful people are, I see their power being based on how much of an impact they can make on other people. When somebody who is very popular dies, you see the impact. And when somebody who nobody knows dies, I mean, zero impact. The government wants to pick up who is calling me by this time. The government wants to pick up someone. I think I had a gunshot. No. think I had a gunshot now. If there's a gunshot, I would have shot another one. We only die once. So my death is gonna come in when I'm making some good video. Fine. But let it be quick. Okay. That was I. Good. When the government wants to arrest, if whoever they're trying to arrest is a nobody, someone who is not being known in the society, I mean the government picks him up, throws him inside the jail. Nobody says anything, nobody does anything. However, if it's someone that is popular, someone that controls a crowd, someone that is a voice, maybe of the voiceless, an activist, someone who is very popular, the government will find it difficult to tamper with that person. So it simply means affluence, being able to lead lots of people, being reputable, being a figure is an indispensable power. Though it has its own good and bad, the good is that it makes you not easily be matched on. The bad is it makes you, you know, an attraction to people who would want to bring you down because everybody wants to bring a known name to the mud. The same thing a normal man would do. Everybody passes. When a known name do it, everybody wants to judge and criticize. So the year 2023, let me give you what it is like for me at the moment. For me at the moment, it is goal oriented. One of my goals is being able to lead a team. It's being able to have people respect me, love me, be loyal to my government. And one of the easiest, biggest ways I can achieve this is by being one with value. The way the human mind works, we are like magnets. We're usually being attracted to anything that has value. Value might be money, it might be wisdom. Maybe the person says something very wise, he's a wise talker. It might be fun, the person is funny, entertaining. I mean, entertainment is a value, we all pay for it. So you want to always be close to him because he entertains you. The only time you see people not clustering around someone or not being loyal to the person's government, it's if they feel they don't have any or there is no value to benefit from that person. Now, I wouldn't tell you to bother yourself being a comedian, a motivational speaker, or all that. So I'll tell you the easiest way to attract value because it's only with value you can attract people, and it's only when you attract these people you can have an immense this power. So for someone like me, I want to attract this value. I want to actually have this value of being someone people can learn from, of being someone people can look up to, or being someone people can draw motivation from. One, now what I just described right now, it's nothing more but my mental value, because none of these things I said are physical. Now let's get to the physical. I want to be somebody who has created apps, softwares that would reduce unemployment, that will be able to make the world a better place, that will facilitate efficiency and productivity. Apps that would start a milestone of things that would benefit both my children unborn. Now, apps that would be so valuable, just the way Facebook is so valuable, Instagram is so valuable, TikTok is so valuable. I want to be able to create services that will be so valuable that people can really do without it. Then, I want to be able to amend a whole lot of money, because the result of your value, it's your net worth. Anybody that is being valued or that has a value would have a net worth. They might not have cash in their accounts, but because of how valuable they are, they can be estimated to be worth something. I want to have both physical value, mental value, and political value. And so in order for me to achieve these things, I need to start creating apps moving forward. I need to start saying advices, guiding people, making sure I'm adding value to the community and to anybody who comes close to me. I've not had a Dannyokec gist in a very long time. And if you're really very honest, we're beginning to transition into a new phase. If I look back to when I started up this gist this year, it was very beautiful. I can remember keeping up my phone on the table, hitting on record. Oh, pop my mind. I broke down at one point, maybe multiple points. But it was a life journal for me. Now the gist is different. It's no longer me making complaints, telling you stories about me. It's not me reading the books up above, applying them to my life, telling you what I learned, telling you how I'm applying it. And both of us will keep watching how we slowly become billionaires together. I'm going to leverage people. I'm not going to spend my time doing anything. In fact, I will just keep studying more on how to manage people. Because every single thing I want to do, somebody might have even done it better. So if I learn how to be able to manage and control people, influence people, have a positive impact on people that they can do whatever I want them to do, then I'll be invincible. Because I can have this studio filled with money, but the money is valueless if people don't want to have any transaction with me. Have you seen where someone has been extradited before or excommunicated, rather, where people don't get to communicate with you? It's not as if you are an outcast in the community or a society. With all the money and acquisition you have, it becomes worthless. So, in a nutshell, money, it's not just the ultimate. How would I feel if I'm so wealthy tomorrow and my kids are being harassed and I can't do anything? Can't make a call. I can't do. There's nothing I can do, but I have so much money. So even with all the money Daddy has, Daddy can't pull a string. Right? You now get the point that money is really very beautiful, but I want something bigger than money. It is that invisible power that comes in when you have influence, and control over people. when you ask and people can speak on your behalf, fight for you. When the government knows they can't touch you, because when they touch you, it's a riot and the whole country is going to divide into two. So they rather trade cautiously with you to avoid instability. It is when people love and respect you that they would always want to give in to what you say, that they would always want to stand for you and even give their life for you. It is when people of high positions want to associate with you, commissioner, generals, top people in top parastatal. They know the value you have on the society and community, so they are friends with you. And now your kids are being stuck or held. Your kids give you one phone call, you call the general, you call the commissioner, you call whichever you have been able to meet that values you based on the value you exhibit, and your kids have their doors and ways open. I just want to be somebody who would create value and then being able to leverage, build a team, leverage a team that will be able to take me to the next position of my life. So I'm going to be spending so much of my time these few days trying to make sure I don't do virtually anything aside leading, managing, and mentoring. We don't really know that virtually any work you want to do right now, you can split it among people, influence those people to do it even better than you do. If I want to code right now 200 codes, I can mentor 4 people to give me 50 lines of code each. Do it shorter time, more efficiently, you know, and get even a better and faster result. So I will no longer buy into that stress anymore. It's not me hunting for the best of skills. If the owner of a factory gives a stupid supervisor to handle his factory, it goes extinct. If a good supervisor gets bad factory workers, it goes extinct. So the only time we don't go on extinction, it's when you have the good team. So I'm going to gather good factory workers, good supervisors, good management team, and that's the only way I'll be able to beat a billion worth of empires with an S. It is not by writing codes all the time, killing up myself, working around the clock, hoping to make one app, sell it for millions, and then go back. I want to be powerful. I want to be great. I've always been called Odogu. I've always been called King Danny. I've always been accoladed respect, and I don't even know where those ones are coming from. But it simply means I'm destined to do great things. And I'm really happy I realized this year that one of the step one is loyalty. Learn how to make people loyal to you and learn how to exhibit loyalty or let people know you're loyal to them. The moment people know, feel, and have the perception you're loyal to them, that you're trustworthy, they'll be able to go out of their way for you. That is only one reason why we have certain friends that no matter how they cry, tell us their story, we won't be able to touch money in our account and settle their problem. And then I see certain people as well. But even if it means we selling our property, using our car, our landed property to go take a loan to sort them out because we believe they will pay us when certain things drop, we'll be able to do it. It's simple. We trust those other ones and we're also loyal to them. I'm going to build loyalty. I'm going to build an empire. I'm going to build an army. And I will do that by reading a whole lot of books, studying, and spending time alone. I've always wanted to cover my windows so I don't know when there is day and when there is light. Because I feel sometimes this day and light affects me. I don't want to know if there is daytime or I just want to be indoors working all day. And that is my biggest dream, to just work all day, build so many things of great value, be the next you know, thing that would solve lots of problem that people won't be able to do with that. And I will put in every single thing I can to achieve this dream. Thank you. That's the gist for today. I'm trying to open my OBS. Okay, this is it.